want to read some of the creepiest mystery and thriller novels, then keep watching today's video. Hey guys, it's Helly and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to recommend you some amazing, spine-chilling mystery, crime and thriller novels. These are some genres that I really like, and I don't think I read much of mystery, but I read a lot of crime and thriller novels. And yeah, these sort of go hand in hand, but there are certain differences which I'm sure you can Google and check out. So today's video is brought to you by Anand Sivakumaran, who is the author of Natasha, Mehra Must Die, and this is definitely a recommendation from my side. I'm yet to finish reading the book. I've just started reading it, but it's really creepy. It's really creepy. So there's a serial killer on the loose who's killing everybody who has the name Natasha Mehra. And there's this girl who starts this story. So she basically hates her name because she was just bullied, and there were a lot of reasons for that. And I really like the fact that the author took up such a serious thing like bullying in this book. You don't see crime novels discussing a lot of social issues because most of them focus on only one. But this book from the start is focusing on quite a few, and I'm really liking that. Now the thing is, Natasha Mehra sees on the newspapers that there are women dying who were named after her, or who she was named after. So now she has one more reason to hate her name. She might be killed. Now what is the reason that all the Natasha Mehras are dying? What is the reason that this serial killer is so ruthless? Well, to know that you need to read the book. What I really liked about this book is that the author is using a storytelling style to tell the story, which makes the story very, very easy to grasp. Because since there are so many Natasha Mehras, it might have gotten confusing, but it's not like that in this book, and I'm grateful for that. If you want to buy this book, the link is in the description below, so go check it out and go buy it from Amazon, because that will help me a lot in keeping posting content on my channel. The next will be a book that you guys forced me to read. Literally, you guys were crazy when you saw this book lying here, and I got so many DMs and comments asking me to read this book, and I loved this book, and I will recommend you guys to read it if you haven't already. So this book follows the life of Yusuko, not really her life but some events in her life, and she kills her ex-husband basically. This is what happens in the first chapter, and it's not a suspense. The suspense is how she is able to hide that, and the story is written in such a way that you root for the killer. Throughout the book, when the detectives were investigating, I was thinking, please God, save Yasuko. And that is the manipulative style of the story. It makes you root for somebody who has done a bad thing. But if you think about it, it was not entirely bad. The ex-husband was terrible. But anything like this is not advisable in real life. The next recommendation will be Rebecca. Rebecca is one of the best stories of all time. Like, it's one of the best stories ever written, I feel. And Rebecca basically concerns this narrator who is the second Mrs. De Winter, and she comes to her husband's house, and she finds out about the first Mrs. De Winter, who was Rebecca. And the housekeeper, Mrs. Danver, is sort of trying to preserve her memory because she does not really like the second wife. She loved the first wife, and things are getting really, really dark. And soon you need to find out how Rebecca died. And yeah, that is the part when things get very, very interesting. And after like you discover the twists in the book, you will never feel like the same person again. Once again, most of these books that I'm recommending use manipulation in them, and I really love when I realize that I have been manipulated, but not in business. By the way, all the links to buy the books are in the description below, so if you want to check them out, please shop from there. Also, a lot of mystery and thriller books are also available on Storytel, so if you have not used my link already, please use it, because you'll get access to all their audiobooks for 30 days for free. The link to get the 30-day free trial is also in the description. The next book, or rather books, that I'll recommend to you guys are Gillian Flynn books. Okay, Gillian Flynn. I have all her books, but I have actually lent out 2 of her books, so I have only these 2. Her books usually portray lives of perverse psychopaths, literally perverse psychopaths, and mostly the characters in these books are people who have been absolutely destroyed emotionally in the past by some events, and them digging into them once again. And when you read a Gillian Flynn book, you feel like that person is you. Haven't you been extremely emotionally devastated? Haven't you felt like killing someone, burning up a house, and all that? We do feel like that sometimes, but we don't act on it, and we shouldn't, definitely. But the difference between Gillian Flynn's characters and us is that they do. And since we can't do that in real life, let's just do that in books. Next book that I'll recommend is a very, very dark novel, and you should not read it unless you are 16. And this book is called The Silence of the Lambs, and there's a very amazing psychological thriller movie as well, which is made from the book. And this book is an amazing work of Thomas Harris. I really felt so shocked when I was reading this book, mainly because there is a psychopath who is so manipulative. There's a serial killer who skins the women that he kills, and oh my god, that is very dark. But you need to read this if you want some dark, thrilling books in your life. But once again, I won't recommend this book under 16 years of age because I'm not sure how you will take it. So please don't take the risk. But if you think you're mature enough, you can always go for it. We all have read 18 plus books and watched 18 plus movies before we were 18 actually. Next, I'll recommend Disappearance of Sally Sequira by Bhaskar Chattopadhyay. Now, honestly, I like this book way more than I thought I will. I was probably a little bit biased when I got this book because it seemed very similar to a lot of premises that I'd read. But the twist, guys, the twist in this book is amazing. Plot of this book is that there's a girl called Sally Sequira who goes missing. Definitely, you can make that out from the title. But when you start delving deep into the lives of Sally, her father, and her neighbors, it's amazing. And oh my gosh, this is a book that I have reread twice just because I felt it was so thrilling. The prologue is very well written, the ending is very well made, there are no loose ends. I really love the construction of this book. I really love how this book is written, and I really want to read more from Bhaskar Chattopadhyay. Honestly, I think this is a very underrated book because not a lot of people have read it yet. But I really suggest you guys to, and let me know in the comments below if you like this book and if there are any underrated crime, mystery and thriller authors that you know about who are not read as much and you want me to read them and publicize to my audience, because I would love to. And last but not the least, Seven Husbands of Susanna by Ruskin. And this book was made into an amazing movie called Saath Khoon Maaf. Maybe you have seen it, maybe you have not, but you need to read the book. And oh my god, it's a novel actually. So I got the book in a collection of stories which I had borrowed from a friend. So I don't have a copy of it. But the stories are amazing. There are 7 husbands of Susanna and they die very mysteriously. And how they die, that is what you must read. But once again, don't apply these in your real life because, okay, that's not normal. But I discovered some amazing ways of killing in this book, which I really like this book for. But I'll never ever do that. Or maybe I will. So guys, these will be the recommendations that I had for you all. If you have recommendations for me, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. All the links are in the description below and all the resources are in the description below. Make sure you check them out if you need to. And if you like today's video, make sure you share it with a friend who needs some mystery and thrill in their life, because Valentine's week has gone past and it's time to get really dark in our reading taste. Once again, huge thanks to Anand Sivakumaran for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you find out why Natasha Mehra must die, and I will be back with another video next week. Till then, bye bye.